Hey guys, Chris and Gina here. We just wanted to share with you our 2023 Winchester Mystery House pillars, columns, and gates that we made. If you guys have not been to the Winchester before, definitely a must-see. It's fun. It's spooky. So we have done a couple of props for them over the last couple of years on their graveyard.
Yep, we've did mausoleums, freshly dug grave, crypt walls,
ringing bells, all kinds of fun stuff.
All kinds of stuff.
This is kind of an arbor that they have, and it's going to be the start of their queue line. And so they want something grand and themed for them to walk into, because who doesn't?
Yeah, and they called the people that will make it really big, so...
How big are these?
They're huge. I think they're like 12 foot tall.
All right. They're
10 foot tall.
We needed to pull some inspiration. We weren't sure whether we were going to do like haunted ones, but then we were thinking, no, we got to keep with the Winchester theme. So these beautiful pillars and columns that you are seeing already are on the grounds.
Yeah.
And it was a lot of fun to make something new and different and then kind of tie it all in together.
So we took that inspiration and we came up with a couple drawings to give them a choice.
And so the inside structure was made and framed out of wood.
Yep. Built a little base to raise it up to where we could get our hands on the sandbags we were using to weigh it down.
We're short.
Yeah.
No, these are just really tall.
We started to create plywood pop-outs, and then we also glued 2-inch foam to the outside using expanding foam. And then once all the foam was glued on place, we started to carve the rocks to match those existing pillars. I wanted to make them a little bit lighter, so we made them into 2 pieces. We have a bottom and a top for the large pillars, and they just sleeve together.
We even had to cut wood from the framing because it turned out to be way too heavy. And then we're like, oh, we're going to hard coat this on top. There's no way. So as you can see right there, we even put holes. Okay, so more foam added to it. You can see they're getting a lot taller. There's our beautiful backyard.
Yeah.
Those are the tops that we were shaping to help match the existing Winchester pillars.
We used expanding foam in all the concrete joints to give it that like little grout lines and stuff. So now we've got the bricks all carved out on the smaller pillars, and it's ready for hard coat. And to do that, we used a couple layers of
epoxy.
Epoxy.
Resin.
And then we sprayed some mortar on the sides and covered it.
Dry lock.
Yep. And now to kind of throw our own little design twist on it, we wanted to kind of match the haunted mansion, or like give it like a haunted house feel.
Yeah.
So we added
these balls to the top.
Yep.
And it really did make them look cool and even taller.
Also getting inspiration from the existing gate on the Winchester property, we saw these little scrolls that were in their metal gates, so we were like, hey, we can put that element into our steel gates. So we bent little metal scrolls, and we used some weld-on hardware, some like J-bolts and hinge hardware, and then cut all our pieces, welded it all together. To create the bent top part, I just clamped some fitness plates to a work table and then bent the metal in there to give it that little haunted design.
That's like a legit gate right there.
Yeah.
It turned out so good. I painted it with a black enameled. It's kind of had a hammered texture to it.
Yeah.
Oh, that stuff stinks so bad. So, ugh.
So after the hard coat dried, Gina
put a base coat on.
Yep.
And the hard thing about this is it's sight unseen. I'm trying to match, but thankfully we had some jack-o'-lantern pumpkins that we made for the pillars, like in the beginning, and they have the same stone texture, and so I still had that base coat, so thankfully I was able to match it. Then I just started applying some browns and some other tans, kind of like spotting around and kind of giving it a stone look to it. Here you can see there's a couple different pictures.
Just lots and lots of time of aging.
Lots of time with, and then to age it. So
I always like watching Gina do this part because it's amazing how much just every little bit of layers and stuff.
Yep.
really
So
turns
there's
out.
all the different layers of the colors that I did. Now you'll see me to start coming in and really aging it with a wash. I don't like to just do black. I like to put other colors in there, some greens, some browns, some reds, because then it kind of gives it more of a dirty look rather than just black runs, I guess.
Yeah.
And I just love the way that this turned out. It's probably one of my favorite paint jobs as far as stone goes, because when you see it up close, oh, it just looks so good.
So once we got to location, we wrapped everything in plastic so that it all was
Didn't run.
protected.
Mhm.
Yep. And then we started to set up. We put the sandbags in to hold the base in place. Then we slid the tops down. The chain was a plastic chain that Gina rusted with different spray paints and colors.
That's a heavy duty chain, a plastic chain.
Once you get the gates mounted to the pillars, you can actually close the gate with the little pegs that I welded in. You can use little pieces of chain to either keep it in a closed position or hook it into the open position.
And if you're looking for that chain, I think we got that off of Amazon as well. We'll link it if we have that. But there you go. That is the final product right there. We are just so in love with the way that they turned out. Everybody was just blown away. As you can see, that guy walking there for reference on how big they were. And that guy was pretty tall. So I just used a hammered enamel paint to paint the gate. It was a black color. And then I just went back over some areas with some rust paint. They didn't want it too rusty, so I just did a couple areas. There's the close-up. What do you guys think? Oh, isn't it beautiful? It looks like real stone. So fun. And they loved it too, of course.
We're just so thankful to be a part of Winchester's little creative crew every year. And
that they keep calling us back every year.
Exactly. Yes,
I'm
totally.
very thankful for that. You guys, we do have a lot of other videos. If you guys are working on your own cemetery, we have a lot of past videos. Plus, we're going to have some more videos coming soon, so stay tuned. If you guys are specifically looking for column videos, we do have a couple other ones. We'll put them in the description below.
Yep.
You guys can check those out.
And until next time.
See you later, guys.